Hello, this is Ancestral Energy, Dovydas Lukšas, holistic health coach, and today I want to share some knowledge and improve your understanding in the traditional Chinese medicine and the 5-element system. And today we are speaking about the fire element, which is one of the 5 elements. So there is wood, there is fire, there is earth, there is metal, and there's water. And that's if we speak about traditional Chinese medicine and the 5-element system. In the Hindu system, we have the air and we have fire, earth, and water, but we also have the element called akasha, or ether, or space. In the ancient Greek system, we had just the 4 elements: air, water, fire, and earth. But here we have these 5. So if we look into this, this philosophy claims that within us we have these 5 elements. If we go into the environment, if we look into the plants, into the earth, into all that surrounds us, it consists of these 5 elements. If we look into the planet itself as an organism, it also consists of the 5 elements. And not only that, this system helps to explain our relationship with the environment that we're embedded in, as well as helps to understand holistically ourselves within. So today I want to share more knowledge on the fire element, which you can see kind of like a diagram here. And so the fire element has the season of summer, and so it's a hot element, obviously. And it's very joyful and it's very passionate in this regard. Whatever a fire element does, it comes with a lot of energy. So this as well, this element is a heart-based element, because the organs are heart and small intestine. Heart is for the yin and small intestine is for the yang. So it's an embodied fire element, carries this heart-inspired, heart-powerful action, which is very charming for other people. And typically, fire element people are able to get a lot of attention from other people just because of the way they are. There's nothing, they don't need to watch videos on how to become a more charismatic person. It's just like typically who they are. There's this radiance, there's this energy about them. As well, they are the most extroverted elements of all, so they love socializing, and if there's no socializing, they don't feel natural. It's not okay. At the same time, a fire element is not dependent on other people. So it's more that other people are more dependent on the fire element. I think that's a better explanation. If we look into, just like for a metaphor, if we look into just a fire, like a campfire, a lot of people gather around the campfire because it's making us warm, it's giving the nice vibe, and in a way that's also how the fire element works. It provides the comfort, and it helps with the transformation, helps with heat, with metabolism, with those circulatory process. This is also what the fire element is very much about, just about circulation and mobility and action, and lots of energy and passion in the action. So sometimes just by hearing fire elements speak about something, or just by observing how they do a certain thing, people can get inspired from that. And one other thing is very important, that a fire element is one of the best, like you could say, like archetypes or elements for leadership, because of this radiance and this energy and this passion in whatever they do. They typically tend to be great leaders. And if it's also embodied with the heart, which is its main organ of attention, which actually needs more nurture in this regard, it becomes a very powerful, integrated, holistic personality, person, like human being. So another thing that's very important to mention for the fire element, more from, let's say, the negative side. If you look into the fire, as I told you, from that like natural perspective, that people gather around the fire element just because it keeps them warm, and that's true. But at the same time, fire is a very dangerous element. It can be dangerous for the person himself, but also can be dangerous for others. And it can be it has more expression of maybe this naiveness, or as well, maybe the shadow aspect is that they can give up to the feelings, because this element is so much, the fire is like so much about feeling and experiencing to the depths of it, that it can in a way lose itself in those experiences, in those states of being. So it's the element that's mostly concerned with addictions. These types of people, they have more proclination to specific addictions, and that's where they need to work more, or in a way like master those states of to become masters of themselves, and not be weak for the emotional states that get you pleasure and that raise your senses high. So it's something that fire element has to be very aware of in life. Now, just a little bit more on some other aspects. So the direction is south for this element. The organs, as I said, are heart and small intestine. So heart is very much related with circulation, and it's also considered the place, the seat of the soul. So it's very much guiding. It's giving you this like divine guidance in a way, if it's, as I said, embodied. And small intestine, just biologically speaking, that's a place of absorption. In the stomach, the food is mechanically broken down, and in the small intestine, the food particles become even smaller and they get absorbed to your bloodstream. So it's a very also very active, biologically active place. It's in a way it's like a filter that nourishes. And in the modern type of modern day, we heard of this term called leaky gut, which happens if you have like a lot of food additives and high stress and unnatural food and like bacterial overgrowth and different things. Small intestine can become leaky, and then you get inflammation, systemic inflammation, autoimmune diseases. So fire element is more connected to a weaker small intestine, and these two organs, so heart and small intestine, have to be given more nourishment from that perspective. So lastly, this element is also very prone to tic and burnout. So the tic is like also this like restlessness and constant like fire. So one of the things, like fire can spread, and not only you can burn like yourself in this regard, but it can also spread and impact others. If it's not balanced, it can become dangerous. So these people can are more prone to burnout, and not because they have like a higher amount of energy and passion and way of a different way of expressing it and living like on the moment and going and doing. They can sometimes use that energy not wisely, and burnout is a very typical thing for fire element. So that's to have this awareness for the fire element. So in essence, this is just a brief introduction to the fire element, and what you can I hope you can use something of this. Maybe it's your element, or maybe you know anybody that resembles this element. There are tests you can do to determine which element you are, and this is just, as I said, a brief introduction to this element. But if you would like a personalized consultation and more guidance in this system that can help you grow and understand yourself more holistically, then you can use the virtual calendar link to book a consultation with me, or you can simply write me an email. So I wish you a nice day and a good Zen flow. Ciao.